Don't take my phone. That's 911. Oh my God.
You're not grabbing.
I'm being attacked by the police.
What's your name?
My name is Chantelle.
All right, Chantelle.
Yes.
On July 10th, 2025, a battery investigation in Florida escalated into a confrontation that resulted in 3 criminal charges.
I'm 10-12 with someone with green hair. They say Whiskey Mike or Bravo Mike? Or Bravo Foxtrot?
I asked you a question.
There's a Whiskey Mike and he was wearing tights.
Hang on.
I'm just waiting on my Uber. Am I able to wait here right now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm being detained right now.
What color shirt? Hold on.
Am I being detained?
Yes.
So I'm detained right now?
Yes.
Okay. Please don't take pictures of me.
Go back over here. Delta 16. I'm in the parking lot of Eagles Pizza.
Are you able to tell me what's going on, why I'm being detained, or like, can you tell me why you're trying to secretly take pictures of me?
Stand right there.
Can you tell me what's going on? Sir, you're touching
Get away
me.
from
I don't know what's going on.
I told
you're
you
telling me to get away from you, but you're following me.
I told you you're detained, right?
Yes, but can you tell me what's going on? You told me I'm detained. You did not tell me why. You did not. I don't like this. I don't know what's going on, and I'm feeling very scared.
Go back over there. Stop coming up to me. Stand right there.
I'm not coming up to you. I don't know what's going on, and I feel like I feel very insecure right now. You keep taking pictures of me. Can I get a lieutenant? Like, what's going on?
No, you can't. Stand right there.
I can't get a lieutenant. Can I get a sergeant?
Stand right there.
Hold on. Hey Siri, call 911. Hey Siri, call 911. Why are you doing this?
I'm telling you, you're detained.
Call 911. Hey, can I get a sergeant, please?
Just hold tight.
Am I able to get a sergeant?
Just relax. Put your,
What?
Hey,
can you tell me what's going on? Can somebody tell me what's going on?
How many times do I have to tell you you're being detained?
But I said, can I get a lieutenant? He said no. Like, I just want to talk to somebody. He's not telling me what's going on. He's trying to sneak and take pictures of me. I don't like that. I feel like hi, don't take my phone. That's 911. Oh my God.
You're not grabbing.
I'm being attacked by the police. Please help.
You are detained.
Please help.
You are detained right now.
I just got my face hit by the police.
You are
Please do not
reaching
hang up.
for stuff.
I just got my face hit by the police. I'm asking what's going on. They will not tell me what's going on. My ankle has now been twisted.
Do not grab my arm.
I did not.
Stop reaching for stuff.
I'm not reaching for nothing.
You've reached for me twice, all right?
Sorry, you grabbed my phone was in your hand. I don't know what's going on. I'm just asking what's going on. Listen.
You are the suspect. Listen to me. Okay?
Can you tell me? Because he's not telling me.
You are the suspect of a crime.
I just want to see.
Where are you
I'm in handcuffs. I'm just trying to turn around so I can talk to you.
This, okay?
I'm not dictating.
You are there for a reason.
I'm literally in handcuffs. You guys have guns. I'm not a threat at all. I cannot hurt not one of you guys.
Okay. Do you want to know what's going on? Do you want to know what's going on?
I'm trying to find out, but you guys are like,
you won't.
You just slammed my face against this car.
Because
you grabbed my arm.
Is that like reciprocation from me talking? I can't talk, otherwise my face is gonna be slammed against a car.
No, you can't try to take stuff out of his hand.
He just snatched something from me.
You are detained right now. You don't.
Right, but I asked him.
Calls.
I asked him. I said, "Hey, you can check his body cam."
What's your name?
My name is Chantelle.
All right, Chantelle.
Yes.
Just take a breath. Just relax.
I'm trying to, but
listen, Chantelle.
This is very stressful. I'm waiting for my Uber.
We're investigating a crime.
And what's the crime?
Right.
What's going on? I don't know why
I told you you're detained, right? That's it. No more questions.
Yes,
right?
you can tell me why I'm detained.
No.
You can't just, I'm detaining you because you look suspicious. I want to know why I'm detained.
Yeah, it's kind of red and swollen. You sure you don't need an ambulance? Okay.
At least on.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
Yes.
Can I show you a photo?
Yes, that's them.
That's 10-4, Dom. Alright, so all I need from you right now is your name on that line right there, and then your statement here. Basically, like what time you picked this person up.
I have all the details.
Oh, that details would be good. What time you picked this person up.
Yes, sir.
And then she hit you However, that went down.
Yes, sir.
She spit on you. Did she spit on you first or hit you first?
Oh, his phone. It's a guy, but you know.
Right.
Okay. So I said, I'm your Lyft driver. You're not the one. Bang the door. So I said, ma'am, I'm your Lyft driver. Open the door and banged on it again. And then opened it. I said, ma'am, just take it easy. I'm your driver. Just confirm the name. We have to confirm the name. And then jumped in the car and spat on me. And then walked out. So I walked out and I asked him, why are you doing that? And then right there, punched me, and then they were watching.
So you were out of your car when she punched you?
I walked out and I said, but why you spitting on me?
Yeah.
You know, I've reported you to Lyft. Like, why are you spitting on me? And then punched me on my left ear.
Yeah, go ahead and write all that down in the statement, boss. Seems scared.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Holstein. Apparently you wanted to speak to supervisor?
I just wanted a sergeant because he came up to me at first. I was laying over here just waiting for my Uber. And when he came, I said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm just waiting on my Uber. Like, am I able to wait over here? He didn't answer, so I grabbed my purse and I tried to go because, you know, normally if there's a cop there, something weird's going on. So I grabbed my purse and I tried to go. He said, hey, you can't leave. I said, am I being detained? He didn't answer. So I tried to leave again. He said, hey, you can't leave. I said, am I being detained? He said, yeah. I said, okay, why am I being detained? He didn't answer me. So I tried to leave. He said, no, get back over here. I said, are you able to tell me why I'm being detained? He said, no, I don't have to tell you. You're being detained. I said, well, why? Like, what's going on? I said, I'm feeling a little bit nervous right now. I have social anxiety. And, I don't know what's going on. So then he ran up to me like, no, don't leave. I said, but when he ran up to me, he said, don't run up on me. I said, sir, you literally just ran to me. Like, what's going on? Like, can you tell me why I'm here? He said, no. After I said, okay, can I have a lieutenant? He said, no. I said, okay, can I have a sergeant? He didn't answer. Shortly after, these two gentlemen came up, and then I said, you know what? Hey, Siri, call 911. And I called 911 on my phone. When I called 911, you can listen to that call. I'm sure it's recorded. He grabbed my phone out my hand. I said, hey, give me my phone. I tried to grab my phone back, and my face got slammed against the car. If I feel endangered and I call 911, I don't know what's going on. You know, there's a lot of different things going on right now. The world is in a midst. So I said, hey, why did my face just get slammed against the car? He said, I said, listen, you can look at me. There's literally nothing on me. I felt at danger. I'm still asking you what's going on. And you still won't. To this point right now, he did not tell me what's going on. This man had to come from wherever he was to let me know what was going on so I can try to figure out why I'm being detained. I'm literally just right here waiting for my Uber. I went out. It's my birthday right now. And now all this extra stuff is going on. I don't know what's going on, but I asked for a sergeant or a lieutenant because I felt very unsafe, and he refused to answer me as far as why I'm being detained or why I cannot leave.
Okay. Let me try to go through everything you said so that I answer all your things. First of all, he told you weren't free to leave, and you admitted yourself that you walked away from him and that you're walking around.
But when I walked around,
we're not going to sit here and change your story. Doesn't matter.
It was literally
as soon as he tells you you're detained and you start walking around, that is resisting. That is exactly it. He doesn't have to tell you why you're detained immediately. He can wait until the very end of his investigation to explain it to you. We don't have to tell you until you're being arrested or until the investigation is over. So if he chooses not to tell you right away because he's doing an investigation, he doesn't want to tip you off to what we're investigating, that's his decision.
Is he able to tell me that, hey, we're trying to figure something out?
He can say as much or as little as he wants to. It
but
depends
me
on his
as a citizen, just imagine your daughter, your wife, whoever.
Okay, as a citizen, if a cop tells you to stop, you should stop and follow his instructions. Right. That's exactly what I would tell anybody in the same situation.
Correct, but if they say, hey, what's going on? I'm confused.
It doesn't matter what you feel like. He doesn't have to tell you. All you have to do is follow his instructions. So if you would have stopped moving and done what he said, you wouldn't have been pressed up against the car. Okay? And then trying to utilize your phone or do anything else while you're being handcuffed is probably not advisable either. Because
call 911?
Yes, you're being handcuffed by a police officer. You're calling him.
Oh wow, no, I'm not. I'm calling headquarters.
You're calling us.
I used to work at 911. I used to work at headquarters.
If you move at all while he is handcuffing you, that is resisting again. And then you grabbed him, which is a battery.
I did not grab him. I grabbed the phone, my phone.
Well, if you're whatever, you end up grabbing him or touching him. That is now battery on a law enforcement officer.
My phone is battery?
Yes, you don't get any rights while my officers are dealing with you.
Oh, I lose completely all rights.
You lose the right to move, to do anything.
I lose rights.
You lose the right to try to do whatever you want to do while we are detaining you, correct?
Oh, okay.
The only rights you have are the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, Okay, those are the rights that you have.
Okay.
You don't have the right to move around. You don't have the right to call 911. You don't have the right to pull away or push into the officer.
So I don't have
The
the
only
right.
right you have at that moment is
I
to
have a
listen
right
to
to
what the
ask, like,
officer.
hey, what's going
You
on?
can ask whatever you want. He doesn't have to tell you, like I said, until the end of the investigation or until you are arrested. So that's the situation. You
He said
apparently
he said
did
walk
not
me
understand
home.
what the rules are for engagement with law enforcement. So those are the rules. That's what I'm explaining to you as a supervisor. Anything else that I missed?
I mean, my face got slammed against a car, but hey, you know, who cares about that, right? I'm just a citizen. I'm just a U.S.
You're allowed to be
citizen.
pressed into a vehicle. You're
Why
allowed to be
is
pressed
this
into a
light
wall.
here? Oh
I'm
my
trying to see if
God.
there's any injury to your face. You're claiming that you were pushed against the car with your face. I'm trying to see if
There's
there's any injury to
3
your
body
face.
cams footage that shows my face being slammed, not pushed, slammed against a car.
Well, if it was slammed, I would imagine there'd be some type of injury to your face, which I am not seeing. There's no discoloration, there's no swelling, there's no redness, there's no marks. Your eyes are not teared up or red.
My skin is very dark. I don't turn red. No matter what you do to me, my skin
There
won't
would
turn
be
red.
some indication of injury if you were literally slammed against the car.
If
I
you-
imagine
if-
your definition of slam and my definition
was
of push
my
are the
face was
same
slammed
thing.
or no? Was it pushed or slammed? You tell me. Because we have.
I saw you get pushed from the car, sure, because you were grabbing.
Did my face hit the car?
Probably, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. I'll be happy to watch the body camera, but I imagine his actions are going to be completely justifiable considering you were grabbing his arm.
I'm sure. I just want to go home. I didn't
Okay.
hurt anybody. Nobody is.
In
I don't know.
conclusion, I would suggest the next time the law enforcement deals with you, whatever happens after this, you completely follow the instructions of the law enforcement officer and not take it upon yourself to think you know what you're allowed to do.
All I said was, hey, what's going on? Am I being detained? When I said, am I being detained, he did not answer me. So if
But you
I,
said you asked it a second time and he told you you're not free to leave.
No,
you literally said that on my body camera just
okay,
now.
I
That
said,
was your words.
I said, hey, am I being detained? He said no. No, he didn't answer. He didn't answer the
Right,
first
that's
time.
what you said.
Right. So I tried to leave. He said, hey. You know, that's...
And then you said he told you not to leave.
No, if I'm in...
That's literally what you
if
said
a
on my
man
body
is
camera. So now
approaching-
you're lying to me.
Are you going to let me answer or are you going to speak for me?
No, because
Your story.
you're lying.
I'm not-
You're changing your story, and I'm
I
going to
said
call
the
you
same
out
as
on
story
it.
3 out. If I can't get the story out, babe, I can't change it.
You literally just changed the story.
I said, hey, am I being detained? He did not answer. And I said that. Did I not say that?
You said that the first time, yes.
Right.
The second time-
So when, are you going to let me, like, get to the second time? You're drawing this out. So I said, hey, am I being detained? He didn't answer, so I tried to leave. If I'm not being detained, guess what? Am I not allowed to leave? Yes. So when I tried to, he said, hey, you can't go anywhere. I said, am I being detained? He said, yes. I said, okay, I said, why am I being detained? He did not answer. He walked away. So when he walked away, I said, okay. And he said, hey, you can't go. So when I said, okay, I said, why am I being detained? He would not answer. I said, hey, can I have a lieutenant? This is what I said before
Okay,
anything.
I've gotten all this other story.
No,
so
before anything
there's
happened. No, I'll say it again. As many times as
I'm
you-
done, ma'am. Have a good night. Good luck to you.
All right, I'm gonna read you something. Just let me know if you understand with a yes or no, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you
Am
understand?
I being arrested?
I need to read this to you first.
But
We can't have an actual open conversation until he reads that to you. He has to let you know what your rights are. After every sentence, just say yes if you understand, no if you don't understand.
am I to have like a lawyer or something?
You want a lawyer? Okay. Perfect. All right. Here, welcome me. Yep. Can you push your arms back away from your body?
Your car?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
You are under arrest right now, okay?
Am I able to know why I'm being arrested?
Yes.
What's that?
Battery. Have a seat.
Okay. Battery 2.
That guy and then battery on law enforcement. And resisting, all right?
Change gear.
Let's examine the constitutional framework.
This case demonstrates how communication failures during investigative detentions can transform routine police work into complex legal battles. Under Terry versus Ohio, decided in 1968, officers may conduct brief investigative detentions based on reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. The officer must articulate specific facts that, combined with rational inferences, justify the intrusion on personal liberty. Here, dispatch reported a battery involving a rideshare driver and provided a description: green hair and tights. The responding officer located an individual matching this description, establishing reasonable suspicion for an investigative stop. When the subject asked if they were being detained, the officer confirmed the detention, converting this from consensual contact into a Fourth Amendment seizure. At this point, constitutional protections attach. The subject has a right to know the basis for detention, though not necessarily with immediate detail. Courts have held that while officers need not provide exhaustive explanations during rapidly evolving situations, prolonged silence raises due process concerns. In this encounter, 6.5 minutes elapsed between detention, confirmation, and any explanation of the reason, despite repeated direct requests. Florida versus Royer established that investigative detentions must be temporary and last no longer than necessary to effectuate the purpose of the stop. When the subject attempted to call 911 during the detention, this created a tactical dilemma for officers. While citizens can report perceived police misconduct, doing so during an active detention may reasonably be interpreted as interference with the investigation. The physical confrontation that followed must be analyzed under Graham versus Connor, the 1989 case establishing the objective reasonableness standard. Graham requires courts to evaluate force from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, not with 20/20 hindsight. 3 factors guide this analysis: the severity of the crime, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat, and whether they are actively resisting. The suspected offense here was battery, a misdemeanor. The subject was unarmed and did not initially pose an obvious physical threat. However, once the subject began pulling away and grabbing at officers, they became actively resistant, justifying some level of physical control. Officers used empty hand control techniques, maintaining proportionality with the level of resistance encountered. The charges filed included battery under Florida Statute 784.03, which requires intentional touching against another person's will. Battery on a law enforcement officer, Florida Statute 784.07, elevates this to a third-degree felony when committed against an officer performing lawful duties. This lawful duties requirement becomes critical. If the detention itself was unlawful, subsequent resistance charges become legally vulnerable. Resisting an officer without violence, Florida Statute 843.02, requires proof that the officer was engaged in lawful execution of legal duties. The subject's invocation of the right to counsel under Miranda versus Arizona was clear and unambiguous, requiring immediate cessation of interrogation. Officers properly recognized this invocation and stopped questioning, demonstrating appropriate understanding of Fifth Amendment protections. The supervising officer's arrival represented an opportunity for de-escalation through investigation, but several concerning issues emerged. The supervisor stated the initial officer's actions would be completely justifiable before reviewing body camera footage or completing a full investigation. This premature conclusion violates best practices requiring supervisors to reserve judgment until all evidence has been examined. The advice given to the subject about not questioning police authority conflicts with established constitutional principles protecting citizen rights. While physical resistance to lawful detention is indeed unlawful, asking if one is detained and why represents appropriate assertion of Fourth Amendment rights. Based on this analysis, we assign the following grades. Officer Delta 16 receives a C-. The officer had legal authority to conduct the investigative stop but failed to communicate the reason for detention despite numerous requests. This communication failure violated de-escalation best practices and contributed directly to the escalation of force. Modern policing standards emphasize that clear communication reduces confrontation and enhances both officer safety and constitutional compliance. Chantelle receives a D+. While they demonstrated knowledge of constitutional rights by asking if they were detained and requesting a supervisor, physical resistance to a lawful detention constitutes a crime under Florida law, regardless of frustration with lack of communication. The appropriate remedy for perceived unlawful detention is compliance followed by legal challenge through the courts, not physical resistance. The supervising officer receives a B- for demonstrating better communication skills and conducting a preliminary investigation, but premature conclusions and constitutionally questionable advice prevented what could have been an exemplary supervisory response. Key lessons from this encounter. First, early explanation of detention reasons prevents escalation in the majority of cases. A 10-second statement such as, "You match the description of a battery suspect, and I need to investigate," satisfies legal obligations and reduces anxiety. Second, officers should treat requests for supervisors during detention seriously, particularly when the subject is questioning the basis for the stop. Supervisory presence can de-escalate situations and ensure constitutional compliance without compromising investigations. Third, citizens asserting constitutional rights should understand that physical resistance transforms a potentially unlawful detention into criminal conduct. Ask clear questions, state objections verbally, comply physically, and challenge legality through proper legal channels with an attorney. Fourth, supervisors reviewing use of force must maintain neutrality and avoid premature conclusions before examining all available evidence. Body camera footage provides objective documentation that should be reviewed before forming final assessments of officer conduct. Finally, this case illustrates the intersection of multiple constitutional principles: Fourth Amendment detention requirements, Fifth Amendment right to counsel, and 14th Amendment due process concerns about prolonged detention without explanation. What began as a legally sound investigative stop deteriorated into a confrontation that could have been avoided through basic communication. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Did the officer have an obligation to explain the detention sooner? Was the subject's resistance understandable given the circumstances, or legally unjustifiable regardless of frustration? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our second channel for even more legal analysis content.